Peace everyone, this is Kaisheen with the Mailman Muscle channel. Coming out of the gate, let me apologize for my voice. It's a little more raspy than usual. I've been dealing with a respiratory issue for the past several days. And at the time of this recording, I'm a little less than 18 weeks away from my first bodybuilding show. I know that most of you are never going to compete in bodybuilding, but almost everybody who's on YouTube, who's looking at any kind of fitness content, has one of two goals in mind at some point in their lifting and training life. You either want to put on muscle or you want to lose body fat. In this particular case, I'm focused on losing body fat, as that's one of the main components of prepping for a bodybuilding show. So I hope that some of my experience will be helpful to you in your quest to lose fat at some point. And also, this could get very detailed, so I'm guessing that what I have to share on this is probably going to take 2 videos. This first one is going to be dealing with how I calculated how much fat I have to lose and how I'm charting progress with that. And also, the second one rather, is going to deal with how I'm dieting, more specifically dealing with what I'm eating, carbs, fat, protein, calories, and all that sort of thing. I just don't want these videos to be too long. So hopefully you'll get something out of this one and will join me on the next one as well. Now, in terms of how to determine how much weight you need to lose, keep this in mind. You want to be specific that it's not just how much weight you want to lose, how much body fat do you want and need to lose. Whether you're morbidly obese now or just about ready for a bodybuilding or powerlifting or any other kind of competition, a certain amount of weight you're carrying is lean body mass. That's useful body weight. That's muscle, it's also bone, it's organs, it's basically everything other than body fat. You don't want to lose any of that weight. Body fat is what you want to lose, and it's what you want to focus on in terms of your weight loss. You want it to be fat loss as much as possible. So the way you want to approach this is first, see where you are right now. Calculate how much you weigh, that's easy enough. And what's your body fat percentage right now? From there, figure out how much fat you have and how much fat you need to lose. So how are we going to figure out our body fat percentage right now? I don't have a lot of discretionary income. If you've seen my video on how I'm preparing, my overall plan for preparing for this competition, don't have a lot of discretionary income, and that includes money to pay for some of the more perhaps accurate, but they are costly ways of measuring body fat, like DEXA scans. That's probably the most popular and often considered the most accurate, at least available to the average person. If you wanted to get really accurate, it would involve other methods that are either unsafe or just not realistic. So what I'm using are online calculators, and there's one website in specific that has a variety of body fat calculators that just involve only require rather a tape measure and plugging in your information to the calculator, and it'll give you a reading. So the website, as you'll see on screen, is fatcalc.com, and out of the menu of body fat calculators that it has, there are 2 that I use, and one I lean to a little more than the other. One is the Navy method, and the other is the Covert-Bailey scale. The Navy scale, which I think is probably closer to my actual body weight than what the Covert-Bailey scale is giving me, that requires 4 points of measurement. One of them is going to be constant. That's your height. The other is your weight. Just need a reasonable scale for that. One thing about weight though, make sure when you weigh yourself that you're weighing yourself under the same conditions every time. So for me, I weigh myself as soon as I wake up in the morning. and I do it almost every day. Wake up, go to the bathroom, hop on the scale. That's what I would suggest you do. But if you can't or want to weigh yourself at another time of day, try to make sure it's at the exact same time of day. I think at night, if you do it, you're going to find that your readings may be a little more off. They may be a little more inconsistent, because the amount of food you eat during the day can differ day to day. The amount of water or liquid you take in, the amount of activity, the amount you sweat, all of those things that affect your body weight are going to change day to day. So personally, I would say do it in the morning, but most important, doing it at the same time every day. All right, so you need your height, that's going to be constant. Your weight, measure that or weigh yourself consistently at the same time. And then the other 2 points are going to be your neck and then your waist. For women, they're going to ask for your hip measurement also. So show you here, I'm plugging in my measurements from today into the Navy scale. The Navy scale has my body fat percentage as 16.6% based on today's information. And you'll see in a moment that the Covert Bailey scale has me at a much lower percentage. Now, just for the sake of a visual comparison, I'm going to put my selfies from this morning on screen. They're not nude, so don't worry, just shirtless. But bathroom selfies after I weighed myself today. And here's what I look like, top only. And I don't think I'm as lean as Covert Bailey says. I might be a little less than what the Navy says, but based on how much fat I store in my lower half, it may very well be correct. And also, even if it's wrong, I'd rather overestimate how much fat I'm carrying than underestimate. And I think that's a good rule of thumb for everybody. If you're going to guess where you are, always guess that you have more fat to lose. Almost everybody underestimates how fat they are. People underestimate how much they eat, and people overestimate how active they are and how hard they train. Every estimate should probably be reversed. Whichever of these methods you decide to use, these are the numbers that you're going to need to look at in order to determine how much fat you're carrying at the start and how much fat you need to lose in order to get to your desired body composition. You need to know how much lean mass you have now and how much fat mass you're starting off with. After all of this, now I have a reasonable estimate of how much body fat I'm carrying, how much lean mass I'm carrying. And if you follow these steps, you've done the same thing. Now we need to find out where we need to go. How much fat do we need to lose? And you know that by finding out how lean we need to be. That should depend on whatever our goal is. Again, I'm trying to get contest lean, and this is not a long-term goal. This is something that I only intend to hold for like one day and then start going back up from there. I don't know what my plans are after this show. I guess it depends on how things go with it. But I think another useful tool that you can find online is to get an eyeball on what different body fat percentages look like. So if you were to Google body fat percentage chart and go to the images, you'll get several examples. And this is one that I think is pretty good. From this one, you can see a variety of male and female bodies at different body fat percentages. Unfortunately, I've never found one that has the same body going from, exceedingly lean to exceedingly obese. But someone who's at one end of the spectrum is probably never going to be at the other end, and vice versa. And then again, most of the population is not going to be on either extreme. So it's going to be very hard to find one person that could demonstrate all of them. So I see why they have different people in each one. But regardless, this can be a useful tool so you can look at it and say, okay, this is kind of where I want to get. And I know that to be contest ready, I probably need to get it's close to, I'm guessing like 6%, 8% might be reasonable. This is my first time cutting for a show, so I don't want to believe that I can get, you know, like 4 or 5%, especially without drugs. I'm not saying that's not possible, but having never done this before, I don't want to put that on myself. So I'm just trying to get as the leanest that I've ever been, and lean enough to look decent on the stage without embarrassing myself. That's the main goal here. And I think that's going to be around 6 to 8% body fat for the division I'm entering, which is open bodybuilding. For you, that's probably going to be something very different. This is the part in which an app is not going to do the calculation for you. You're going to have to do a little bit of math yourself. So I'm going to go with the Navy reading for myself, which says that I'm carrying 161.8 or about 162 pounds of lean body mass. The goal is for that to stay the same. I may lose some of that, but that's not the goal. So we're going to calculate this based on me ideally retaining all of that lean body mass over the next 18 weeks. And if I want to get down to 6% body fat, that means that that 162 at the end will be 94% lean body mass. So I'm going to divide that 162 by 0.94 or 94%, and that's going to give me my total body weight if I were 6% body fat with all of my current lean body mass. I hope that makes sense. I'll do that again for 8% body fat, because that's the range I'm looking to get in, 6 to 8%. If 8% is body fat, that means that the rest would be 92%. So I'm going to divide 162, my current lean body mass, by 0.92 or 92%, and that's going to give me a total body weight number wherein I would keep all of my current lean body mass and be 8% body fat. If you notice, those numbers aren't too far off. It's only about a 3 or 4 pounds difference. So just to use round numbers, if I weighed 194 pounds this morning and I have 162 pounds of lean body mass right now, and I want to keep all of that lean body mass, I need to get to 172 pounds. That would be at 6% body fat, or 176 pounds. That would keep me, or have me at 8% body fat. That would mean I have 18 to 22 pounds left to lose in the next 17 weeks and 5 days. So that's my game plan and my approach for whatever weight loss, again, the specific fat loss goal you have. Hopefully these steps will help you find out where you are right now, find out where you need to go, and find out, you know, what the distance between them is, and help you chart a plan for how to get there. I hope this has been helpful to you, and if it has been, I'm going to ask you to take a moment to do all of the YouTube things right now. You know what they are. Please click the like button, please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and also please leave a comment or a question. I'd love to help you if I can, so please let me know if this has been useful to you. Let me know if you have anything else you'd like to see me cover on this topic or another. If it's a very detailed question, you can always shoot me an email at mailmanmuscle@gmail.com. And regardless, I hope I can help you get where you're trying to be. Again, thank you for watching, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video, folks. Peace.